Hi, my name is Mia. This is my dad, Brian, and today we're doing P for Peter Pan, and this is the Disney Dash.
Discussing Disney from A to Z, providing a unique kid's perspective. This is the Disney Dash. Welcome back to the Disney Dash. P is for Peter Pan.
Sorry if you've been gone for so long. I had summer break, then I got real sick.
Not really sick, but you're still kind of a coldie, aren't you?
Yeah, well, too bad.
Yeah. So how was spring break?
Fine. Got to see my cousins.
You went and did a little state tournament.
Mhm.
How'd you do?
I don't think I did good.
You shot the best you've ever shot.
And so did like 50 other people.
By
the way, this is for archery.
Yes, state archery. Went to Wisconsin Dells.
Hey, Dad, that's not Disney.
Oh, okay. On to Disney. Peter Pan.
Not Peter Pan. Peter Pan's Flight. The
Peter
ride.
Pan's Flight. Peter Pan's Flight is a Fantasyland attraction at Disneyland, opened July 17th, 1955, and redesigned in 1983. So in case you're wondering, at Disneyland. Never mind, sorry. Also, Fantasyland attraction in Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World, and that opened October 3rd, 1971. And it also opened at Tokyo Disneyland on April 15th, 1983, and in the Fantasyland at Disneyland Paris in April 12th, 1992. Based on Disney's 1953 film, the attraction is different because the vehicles are suspended from an overhead rail, giving guests the feeling of flying through the evening skies over London and Neverland. It makes use of black light and fiber optics.
Hey, Dad, you forgot to say what book we're using this from.
This book I'm reading from is the Disney A to Z Encyclopedia. Trying to get away from
the encyclopedia.
Yes, it is the official encyclopedia written by Dave Smith. This is the 4th edition. Dave Smith was the original archivist for the Disney company. He is the one that got to go into Walt's office and catalog where everything was and what was in it a couple of years after Walt Disney passed away. So Peter Pan's Flight.
Yes.
You get on a pirate ship.
Yeah. And then you go through Neverland.
You do. One of my favorite things that I like to point out is when you fly up over the streets of London.
Yeah.
There are cars running around in the streets.
Okay.
You know how they do that?
What?
Bike chains.
Huh.
They're bike chains, and they have little dots of glow in the dark paint on them. Isn't that cool?
It's cool.
All right.
One of my favorite things one of the things I always think of when I go on that ride is, if I were to get evacuated on this, how?
I have an answer for that. Somebody did get evacuated off of it.
Oh, boy.
They have to bring in the fire department.
Oh, boy.
And ladders.
Wow.
Because they have to put a ladder up to you to have climbed down. And the fire department does it because the cast members aren't trained well enough to keep you safe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the person that I heard this from had actually, you get into your car, they do the thing with the fairy dust to bring the lap bar down, right? Mm-hmm. And right after that, you go up into Wendy's bedroom, and that's where he stopped.
Oh.
And he was able to get down, and they told him it was right on her bed. And they said, "This is a real bed, just so you know." And it was. And that, I bring that up only because that's how much detail Disney goes into when they build rides like this.
Wow. Here's another P. Pirates of the Caribbean, we got evacuated on that once.
We did.
And it just makes it better that it starts with the P.
What'd you think of that experience?
It was a long walk.
Yeah.
And then my sister was really annoyed because the song kept going over and over again. Then they eventually shut off the music. Then it was just the animatronics moving around with no noise.
That was kind of weird, wasn't it? Yeah.
And then they turned on all the lights. So
And we get to walk out the back door.
yeah,
and
my grandma was there too, and she got to take a golf cart back, but we didn't.
Yeah, she thought she could make it, but it was a longer walk than we expected. So we got to see some of the parade floats and the parking spots.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Extra boats were back there. Yeah, that was cool. All right.
Back to Peter Pan.
So what do you like about Peter Pan's flight?
I just like how you go up and down, and it's like you really get the feel of it.
Peter Pan's flight is your favorite, or one of the things you like, right? Do you like you like that?
Yeah.
Would you recommend it to kids?
Yeah. I feel like for little kids it might be a bit scary because they don't know the feeling. They might not know the feeling of like quote unquote flying.
Okay.
Like in the air, going in the air. So they might be a bit scared. Also, it's a dark ride, so.
Yep, it is. Is there anything in the ride that you care to talk about?
I like the Three Little Mermaids on the rocks.
Okay.
Mainly because I think it's a little Easter egg in my mind that one of them kind of looks like Ariel.
It does. Yeah, one of them does. All right. You've recommended. I'm sorry, we're a little rusty here. Anything else you want to tell us? Any interesting little tidbits?
No.
No.
I just say, if you want to do something fun, try and look for all the little Easter eggs.
Yeah, there is a little bit of a trick to riding it if you're at Disney World, because the line can get really long. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the trick?
I don't know.
Ride it
early.
Ride it in the morning. Yeah.
I was recommending rope dropping it though.
I would.
Why?
Because most people that rope drop are heading straight to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Yeah.
So if you go straight to Peter Pan, you get on pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you go through the queue, though, it's built to handle a lot of people and give you something to look at. There's a neat area where you're kind of in the bedroom, right? And there's a shadow area where you get to play with things.
But if you go really early, you don't experience that.
Well, you can. It's turned on. It's there. It's working. You just might move by it fast.
Yeah.
But feel free to stop and play with the shadows. I think it's pretty cool. And Tinkerbell's flying around as well.
Uh-huh. That's one of my favorite things. We're like, she's there. No, she's there.
It's neat to kind of follow her around. You'll see her trail of pixie dust.
You don't really ever see her though. You just see the pixie dust.
Well, she's tiny. She's a little fairy. Definitely ride this ride.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you gonna sing that song you came up with because you couldn't remember the song? No.
No.
Okay.
I was gonna do a parody to "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," but "Take Me Out to Netherlands." Yeah, I guess I did.
You did it.
This is the Disney Dash.